Hi, this is Tammy. In this video, we're going to be doing our very first scrapbook page in this class. So we're using the Be Yourself kit, which I love because of all these pretty watercolor elements. And so let's get started. What you need to do is open a new project and select a 12 by 12 page. And so I'm going to go to this other page here to show you how to build this scrapbook. First thing you want to do is drag Whisper White into the background. That'll just fill everything. Second thing is to go over to your photo boxes and add a photo box. What I want to do is do a ripped edge down here, so the only way to do that is with a photo box. Now go over to your resource palette and select background papers. Oh, having a hard time talking this morning. Okay, Be Yourself. Open that one up and we're going to go down and pick paper number 5. Drag that into the photo box. And when you get here, what I want to do is push it up so you get these little washed elements on the top. Then hit OK. Now we're going to right click with our mouse and select Rip Photo Edges. And we're just going to do the bottom. I'm going to turn it all the way up. And remember that if you keep clicking this, you're going to get different rips. I kind of like that one, so I'm going to say OK. We're also going to add a drop shadow to that so that it really pops up because it's a light piece of paper. All right, so the next thing is to add the color wash. I had to look at my notes for a second. So go to your embellishments, and if you're not already there, select Browse and get the Be Yourself kit. And way up here towards the top is this really pretty color wash. So we're going to add that. And we're going to increase it quite a bit. Even though you get an error message, go ahead and hit OK. It's OK for this one. We're going to put one there, and then we're going to say Control C, Control V, copy it, and put it on the bottom. And just so that it doesn't look like an exact copy, you could maybe hit the mirror and the flip and kind of play with it a little bit so that you've got a little bit more interest there. All right, the next step is to build this little border that goes in the middle. So in order to do that, select your punches, browse, select borders. Go ahead and open it. This is the same punch we used for our card this month, which is the scallop edge punch. And I'm going to go ahead and really increase it. That's probably a little too much. And I'm also going to kind of stretch it a little bit. Again, a little bit too much. I think that's about right. Okay, and I'm going to paper fill that. You can either do cardstock or textured cardstock. I used my textured cardstock for this one. And I filled it with Pool Party. Hit OK. And let's see, I had a drop shadow definitely with this one so that you could kind of see it a little bit. All right, now the other thing before we continue with this is, I wonder why it's doing that. It's not quite stretching across the whole thing. I didn't think that I cropped this. All right, I'm just going to stretch it a little bit more. The other thing that I did before we go on is I also went to my basics and I added a square punch because when we copy and paste this border a bunch of times, there's going to be a little bit of overlap where you can see the background, and I didn't want to see through to this background. I wanted to see the same Pool Party. So for the whole border, we're going to go ahead and paper fill it with the same color that you just did for the scallops. So go ahead and hit OK. Okay, now that you've got that done, oh, that's why I had problems with that other thing. Okay, so we want to center that, and now let's click on the scallop and bring it to the top here. Bring to the front. And we are going to copy and paste that 4 more times. So you can do Control C, Control V, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. And then go ahead and drag it up so that they're fairly, you know, just eyeball it, and then we're going to use our align tool in a second here. Oops. You can see that I accidentally changed that one. So I'm going to hit Edit, Undo, Move, and Edit, Undo. There, that fixed it. You can do undo a couple times. And I think I have one more. Yeah. All right. So just try to get it as close as you can. If I aligned it right now, it would space the scallops the biggest space between. So what I'm trying to do is kind of get them pretty close to what I want them so that I can use the align tool properly. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so now that I've got it pretty close, actually I'm going to bump this one up a little bit more. Now I'm going to highlight them all by holding my shift key. Same thing we've been doing. And watch those little gray squares to make sure that you've got all of them highlighted. Then we're going to hit align first to the left because that's going to make them all straight side to side, and then align vertically. And that just makes it absolute perfect. And once I get that done, I'm going to hit arrange group. So now these are all in a group. And the one item I don't have in the group is the square punch that I added. You can go over here to your arrange your layers palette, and you can see that all my scallops are arranged over here, and I still got the square punch underneath. I'm going to move it to the top for a second and move it down to the bottom so that I'm getting everything covered. Now I'm going to move it back down. There we go. Because I wanted a little bit of that square down here so that when I add the border, I don't see any of the paper underneath. All right, so the next step we're going to do is go to the embellishments, and we're going to select this border number 4 and put it on the top and the bottom of this little, oops, wait, that's not the right one. Delete that. Border 1, that's the one I used. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to read notes and talk at the same time. I have a little difficulty. Okay, copy and paste again. And then once we get it down here, I am going to flip it. Yeah, okay. I always get those confused. Okay, and then I'm going to highlight them both and add a drop shadow. Okay, so there, we're done with those. Now, while we're in the elements here, we're going to go all the way to the bottom and start adding these little pieces here that go along the bottom. And I don't think I sized these too much. I might have made them a little bit smaller. I'm probably not doing this exactly how I did it on my page, but again, I don't want to spend a ton of time trying to put these in the right place. Here, I just want to show you how to do it. Okay, put that one there, and then I put this one up here. And I think I kind of dragged it off